Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Taylor. It's been about a week since my Premiere Pro, simplistic intro tutorial came out. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go and check that out. It'll be in the description down below. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this right here in Premiere Pro, and it's pretty easy to do, but the tutorial itself is going to be a little hard, so if I cut around and stuff, just try and bear with me a little bit. There might be some different cuts and stuff. So I just have a new project open here, and I'm going to start out by clicking down here in my project and hitting new item, and we're going to make a new black video. So just go ahead, drag that into your timeline. This is going to be probably, I don't know, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. What's like a good length? 6 seconds. 6 seconds sounds fine. So after that, we're gonna add a new title. Default still. Just kind of drag out a box in this inner square. Write out the name. You can also do this with a logo instead of using a title, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use a title for the time being because I don't have a logo myself. For now, I'm going to use this. It's called Wave-Distort. I'm going to include a link in the description down below for where you can download that if you'd like to. Center it, make it a little bit bigger, but not too big. We actually want to keep this fairly, small, but big enough that people can see it when they're watching your video, right? You can use small caps if you like. That looks good on some fonts, not too great on this one. So I'm just going to leave that off and then click away. Go ahead, drag that on and make it the size of the black video. And this is what we have so far. This is obviously just the start. We're going to do a lot of craziness to this. The first bit of craziness that we're going to do is actually fairly easy. We're going to start off with 0 opacity. We're going to move forward a little bit, and we're going to set that to 100 opacity. So it fades in pretty nicely. And then later on, at the very end of our clip, we want it to fade out, so we're going to add another keystroke for 100%, move forward a few seconds, and drag it back to 0. So let's see, we kind of come in, we stay on it for a little bit, and then we're going to fade out. So nice and easy, very simple. The next that we're going to add is a wave. We're actually using a wave warp. Just in your effects, go ahead and click down here into Distort Wave Warp, drag that onto your title, and let's go and check out the middle. We're actually going to mess around with the wave height a lot. In the middle, we want it to be very low, 2 or 3 is probably good, so let's just, that might even be too much. Let's just go with that for now, and then wave width, let's go ahead and set that to 60. Let's see what that looks like. Let me check out full, just so that we know exactly what it's looking like. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to leave it like that. And we actually want this to come in really strong at first, and then we're going to, as we fade into the title, we're actually going to make it a lot softer. So add a keyframe at the very beginning. Let's make this wave height about 500. So yeah, that looks good. And then by the time it gets to the regular opacity, we want it to be at the wave height of 2. So let's see what that looks like coming in. Okay, so you kind of get this effect where it's really big and it's waving in, and then it's, it just transitions pretty nicely. And then we're going to do the opposite here at the end. So from here, right after it starts to change opacity, we're going to add another keyframe, and then at the very end, we want to add a keyframe where it's at 500. So let's see how that goes out. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. And now we're going to change the blending mode to screen, and obviously that doesn't change anything right now, but what that does is it only allows the lighter layers to poke through, so white is going to poke through, or if we had a red layer, it would poke through because red is lighter than black. That's like the basic, definition of what we're doing there. And then we're going to copy these titles right here 3 times. You can do that by holding Alt and then just dragging up, so I'll show you that again. hold Alt, just drag it up, hold Alt, just drag it up. And then we're going to change the colors of these. So let's just type in color, see what kind of effects we can find. I really liked using this change to color. It worked really well when I was using just white. It might be more beneficial if you use like a channel mixer or change color. But for right now, I'm just going to use change to color and drag that on my top layer. And our top layer is going to be red. So we're going to change from white to red. Press OK, and we want to change the hue, lightness, and saturation levels. And then in the next one, this copy right here, we're going to drag another change to color. We want to change this to green, change hue, lightness, and saturation. And then in this last one, we're going to change it from white to blue. And we're changing the hue, lightness, and saturation again. So obviously it doesn't look like it changed anything, but we're actually going to go through and we're going to edit the different wave widths so that we get a different type of effect. So on the top layer we have 60. This layer, let's choose something like 65. And then this layer, let's go ahead and change this to 70. And let's play this from the very beginning. I think it looked pretty cool. I think it would look a little bit better if we changed the difference, I suppose. So this is going to be 70, and then let's change this one to 80. So we're going to get a little bit more difference in the wave. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And then the last thing that I want to change is I want to make the wave height a little bit bigger so you get a little more waviness. So we're going to have to change all three of these layers separately. So just go to this keyframe of the wave height that we set to 2. And let's change this to like 4. And then go to the next keyframe and change that to 4 as well. And then let's do that on each of the different titles. Alright, let's see how that looks now. I thought that looked really cool. There was a little bit of glitchiness in the beginning, but I'm sure that's just the pre-rendering that was going on. My computer's probably just not fast enough to render this in full 1080p at this time. So yeah, I think it looked pretty cool. You know, you start off with some different colors. You've got some whites. Obviously you have some whites and where the text is, and then around the sides you have some yellow, some blues, some reds, some greens. You even have some cyans and teals and stuff in there. And that's just how the different layers are blending together because we had it set to screen mode. So things are kind of overlapping and creating some cool colors and stuff. I think this is really cool. And from here you're pretty much done. You can save this, export it, and then whenever you want to use this title from now on, you would just change the blending mode to screen so that only the colors and stuff shine through. The edges and stuff are gonna have a little bit of transparency to them just because of the way that the screen blending mode works. You could even change this after you save it and you export it. Once you put it on a new video, you can change the blend mode to something like linear dodge add or lighter color or anything like that, just to kind of see what looks good, what works. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Again, I know there was a little bit of cutting and stuff going on, but that's just what happens with these videos that are a little more in-depth. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you want to check out some of my other stuff, make sure you click on the cards here and you click on the subscribe card, and I will see you later.